What's up, everybody? It's your boy, J.R. Lee, and I'm back for another special episode, and I got the biggest today, right? And I'm going to talk about biggest because of your stature, because you are about, how tall are you?
6'6".
I'm only 5'8", man. I tell everybody I'm 5'9", but we got the biggest with us, got Mr. Michael Macdonald. And Michael, you are the founder of the Business Engine, the founder of Mac Pac. And last but not least, you also the co-founder and co-CEO of one of the biggest entrepreneurship movements out here, Earn Your Leisure.
Yes.
Everybody knows Earn Your Leisure, man. Thank you so much for the privilege to sit on
Thank you.
You're a brother. You're a father.
Half brother sometimes. I consider myself.
Absolutely. Husband, son. For the people that may not know who you are, can you tell us a little about yourself?
That's like a really hard question to tell in like a sentence, but I'm a husband, like you said. I'm a father. And, I come from Greenburgh, New York. That's where I was born and raised. I moved to Atlanta in 2018. I enjoyed the space. I love, Atlanta. I love the people. I love seeing our people winning. And since I moved here, I was able to go to, it was a month where I said I only want to do Black-owned businesses. I was able to do that. So, I'm just a person that likes to pour into people. Like coming in here, I seen things that I could help with. So I could pour in here. Like, I just like helping people. I love technology. I love being with my kids. I love being with sometimes my wife. I love being with family, I love my friends. I love football. And, and I just love being Greek. So
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, man. Yeah. And you mentioned family, man. You got your brother here with you, man. How important is family to you?
It's probably the most important thing in the world because, without family, I could be doing good, I could be doing bad. Family's always gonna be there for you, so you have to appreciate the people that are in your life, like the closest people, your immediate circle. You have to appreciate them because whether you're up or down, they'll always be there for you. And you gotta always be there for them. It's the same situation, but families, my mother raised us right, and that's one of the things I hope I can take and pour into my kids to keep them close because they be fighting a lot right now. So I want them to be, close like me and my brothers. Yeah, my brother's CEO. CEO, but he wanted to be a CEO. I said, you're a CEO. I don't got time to be a CEO. You gotta be a CEO. Okay. He usually wears suits, but now he wanted to do his aphrodisiac swag. So I said, all right,
you look good though. You look good, man. Thank you, brother. Absolutely.
He's losing weight, so he trying to lose, like you.
Hey, man, I lost 90 pounds, man.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. I know you lost some weight too, man. You've been doing 75 hard. You did some other stuff. You want to talk a little bit about your journey with that?
Well, 75 hard was probably the hardest thing in the world because one, I love to eat whatever I want to eat.
Food is good.
When I want to eat. I love to, have a drink. Whatever, and I just love to, but I tell you one thing, working out 2 times a day.
Yeah.
Was really tough. My shoulders been hurting for a while. My legs been hurting, and I haven't after I made it through 75 hard, I haven't worked out.
So you did the whole 75?
Yeah, this whole 75.
A lot of people don't do that, man.
One thing my brother said it too. My wife says it. I didn't eat I didn't have my diet was a time restriction diet, and I said I ate really. I didn't eat. I was a vegetarian for like the last 45 days.
Okay,
but I ate in a window of time. So, but I would eat, I'll eat some stuff that you could say that I shouldn't, what I'm saying, about hard. But that was probably the only thing I probably didn't, when I do it again next time, I'm gonna I'm gonna just eat fruits and vegetables type of thing. So I can really lose a lot. I only lost 15 pounds on it. But the discipline helped me really even be able to become a vegetarian on it. It was just I could stop right away because my discipline was growing. It was becoming, understanding of what you want and making sure that's the goal. Because every time I wanted to quit,
right,
when I first started, I wanted to quit every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I said I'm not doing this really just for me. I'm doing this for my kids too. I want to be around for my kids. I want, I shouldn't be drinking every day. I shouldn't be eating that. I should be working out, all those things. So I said, so the first 21 days is just to get to, that was just thinking about my family. Right. So just, I want to be there for them. So that was kind of building up my discipline.
Absolutely. So you feel like one of your biggest takeaways from doing that challenge was the discipline?
That was the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Being able to say no to things. When you use, like for instance, I wanted to have a drink last night. Yeah. When I got home, I said, no, I'm not drinking. Because I went to my sister's birthday. It was yesterday, so we went out and everybody was having a good time, and I wanted to come home and have a drink. And I was like, I'm not gonna drink. I'm good. And and I don't drink around my kids. So
I haven't had a drink since I want to say 2019, man. It's hard to put it down. I used to drink every day. I just cold turkey just stopped, man. It's hard, but
that's gonna be me. I'm a cold turkey stop.
absolutely, man. And so, you were vegetarian? Are you still vegetarian?
No,
Okay,
I stopped after 75 hard.
okay.
I may go back to
5 years.
I may go. You vegetarian?
I was vegetarian. Well, I had shrimp last night because my wife's birthday. But
But besides that, 5 years
5 years vegetarian, no seafood.
And you just ate seafood yesterday for the first time?
Well, last year I ate seafood for the first time, but I've been inching back to vegetarian.
I think I'm gonna go back to it.
It's fun, man. It's good.
It felt
Indian food. You eat some good Indian food.
Yeah,
You be vegetarian.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go back.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Absolutely, man. And so, we're here at Saltbox right now. It's a beautiful space for entrepreneurs. And I think that, environment is everything, man. And so for you, being an entrepreneur, how important is environment for you? I know you have your community that you're building out. How important is that?
Well, environment's everything. What's around you, your proximity determines the level of growth you're gonna grow.
Absolutely.
So if you are around a neighborhood that is, like they call it crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
If you're around people that are just pulling you down, talking negative, what are you going to do? Most likely you're going to become a part of that environment.
Yes, sir.
And like the story I said on Instagram a long time ago is that I grew up in the projects. My wife, she grew up in a home. And she went to church most of her childhood life, where I probably went to church only on Easter. And we moved to this new house, and every Wednesday it would be a bunch of cars like lined up. And I was like, which house? And then I finally find out the house they're going to. But I'm talking to my mom, I'm like, I wonder what they're doing. They're probably doing a gambling house. I want in. I even told my brother, I said, yo, can you go up to one of them? And she's like, why does it have to be a gambling house? Why can't it be a church or people just gathering? My environment, right? A bunch of people getting together. This normally, but that's because of my proximity at that time. And it was told the level of my exposure was when people come together on a certain night, most likely they're going to be gambling. For her, it was church. That's the difference in your environment. And that was what my environment said. So come to find out, it was a church that was growing, and they started from their home.
Yes.
But again, that's how important their environment is. If you put my kids in a positive environment, most likely they're going to have a positive mindset. And that's what I try to provide for them. Like, so the toxic things that I've seen growing up, I'm trying to, limit as much toxicity in their life as possible so they can, obviously not have the traumas that I've seen or traumas that I had to deal with growing up. Like even seeing drugs on the floor and stuff, they'll probably never see nothing like that. But again, you don't want to shelter them too much where they don't have no idea what's the real world. So I don't want to say balance, but I'm trying to give them a little bit of everything. So as they grow up, they can understand, how to move in this world, because this world is tough. Like I had a conversation with my wife yesterday, and I told her about, she told me about DC is crazy right now because she just went to DC this past weekend, and she's seen a lot of people, a lot of military police on each block, and it was really, really aggressive. Their behaviors were aggressive, pulling over anybody that looks, as like that was a foreigner or immigrants. And she was like, we got to do better. I say, well, the goal with me is, one is to make sure my kids are doing the right thing. But the second thing is like teaching my kids to just come home, be respectful to the police, and come home. They might say mean things to you. They might treat you bad, but just be respectful as much as possible. Treat them with kindness, beat them with kindness, and come home. And we'll handle it when you get home. That's the main goal whenever a police, and that's the thing we have to teach them, because they are two little black boys. They're going to be targeted, right? So, especially the rate of my, level of success as it keeps rising, the materialistics of my life will probably be rising as well. So they're going to be probably driving a really nice car. Right. Why is this little black kid driving a really nice car? They get pulled over, but come home. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely, man. And, my wife and I, we're in the process of working on becoming parents, right? And so with that comes great responsibility, man. And sometimes I feel like I'm not ready, but, people tell me you're never really ready. How has becoming a father, just changed your life? Has it made you better? Has it made you more cautious? Like,
Patience.
patience.
That's the number one thing I think of when it comes to, that's something when they first was born, it probably was like at a 10. And now it's grown to probably like a 70, that I have patience because they are going to push you. They are going to push you. Like my brother had my kids a couple of weeks ago and said, oh, I don't think I want kids. But you realize that when they're not yours, because I had the same feeling.
Right.
But when they're yours, you realize that you can't just, you have to, and it grows on you. The patience grows on you. You start to learn patience. And that's probably the number one thing, patience. And obviously it makes me better. It's like it even pushed me to be in the front end of the camera. I didn't really care about, which I still don't care about being like the known person, but I do care about how my kids look at me. Right. And that's the thing. I don't want them to look at me and say, hey, why are you not there? Why are they there and you not there? Oh, Dad, what do you do? I want them to, like, I'm their blueprint.
Right.
What I do to this day, like what I do, they do. So I got to make sure that I lead a path that they would want to follow, or they should be proud to follow.
So you're no longer behind the scenes, Matt. And so what was that reception like from, I know you started off your humble beginnings as being a photographer back in the day, and now you're no longer behind the scenes.
Well, when I first became in front of the camera, I did it all wrong. And,
Is the right way to do it?
100%. It's the right way to do anything, but it's also a bunch of right ways to do it. You can get to the finish line 10 different ways, right, but I didn't use none of those ways. So I came out and I got a lot of great reception. Like I had my first webinar was like 900 people on the webinar, right? So, that moment there when I didn't put in the work. I didn't put in the work to learn how to speak. I didn't put in the work to learn how to do a webinar. I just felt that me knowing what I know, I could just tell it. But it's a way to do everything, right? It's a methodology to do webinars. It's a methodology to build, I know how to tell people how to do it. I just didn't know how to do it myself. I didn't have the repetitions to be able to be qualified to do it. And when I came out, I was coming out as an influencer. Like just coming out like I was just starting. And one, I'm not an influencer, right? And two, I'm not just starting. But three, I have these major brands behind me.
Right.
And I shouldn't have came out like I was just starting. I should have came out like how I'm probably positioning myself now. I am somebody that's built, over 5, 6, 7, 8-figure brands.
Right.
I don't have to, do the things that I would have had to do from the beginning. I should have used the leverage of my work, and take that leverage and build the Mac Pac and put it in. Imagine if I came out first with the Mac Pac curriculum, right, and how many schools were more so gravitated towards it because they just know that this is going to be something incredible, and now but I came out as a just doing webinars and things. Shouldn't have did none of that stuff, but obviously it wasn't a loss, it was a learning experience. And that's as long as I got a breath, as long as I got my breath, I could continue to grow and continue to build on what I have. So that was the one thing I would say, like, I should have came out more so as a CEO, as a co-founder of all these major brands and leverage all those brands that I built and built the business engine, built the Mac Pac.
Right.
But I was too busy in my head thinking I just had to just go. But I didn't strategize,
And so for the people that don't know, what is Mac Pac? What is the business?
The Mac Pac is you can say 3 things. Version 1.0 is basically, instead of going to YouTube, like if you want to build a funnel, right, or you want to build your YouTube page, you're going to go to YouTube and say, I want to teach me how to build a funnel. You're going to see thousands of videos, right? Now, you may watch 5 or 6 videos, which might take you 5 or 6 hours to watch.
Right. And
it still might not be what you need. So I said to myself, let's charge a really low price and let me put because the greatest thing about me is, I'm a jack of all trades, right? So I understand. And what's the full line of that? a jack of all trades,
Master of none.
is master of none,
Right.
but still better than a master of one. So I'm really, like, I really understand a lot of different things, like how I built Earning Your Leisure. I was doing the first website. I was doing the marketing. I was doing the ads. I was doing the photography. I was doing the video. I was doing all these different things. I was creating the relationships, creating the sponsorships. I was doing all these things in the beginning, right? So I was taking all this knowledge that helped us build what we have today,
Right.
and putting it on the Mac Pac. And instead of you going to YouTube and trying to think it's the right video, it's 100% the right video, because it's not theory, it's method. It's something exactly what I did to build this Earning Your Leisure. So I put that out, and I got that was my major response. That's what I sold on that first webinar. And I got like the first 119 people in there, right? Out of 900 people, which not bad, but it's not good either. I wasn't happy. I wanted 500.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that was the first version of the Mac Pac. And then, you know, we met with Bam's Vincent, his friend Amber. She worked in a school, and, you know, she was a member of the Mac Pac, actually. So she's seen all the information that the Mac Pac provided. So she was like, wait, this would be great for kids. You know, these kids need to learn how to do these things, because, you know, a lot of kids don't have computers. They have to go to school to get their computer. They don't have cell phones. They don't have internet. They don't have a lot of the essentials that we have. So she contacted me and said, listen, we can put this in my school, and, you know, we can teach them all these skills, but then also teach them the business behind the skills, so they can build a business with one of these skills. And that's exactly what we did. So we got into like 3 schools in Detroit by just, you know, doing this and showing improvement. You know, kids have multiple businesses now in their schools. They're making money as we speak. So it was a great thing. The thing was, the school was giving us the money. And from where I come from, I like my own table, which I'm not. I'm going to still do the school thing, and I'm gonna build it up. But the problem is, when you have somebody else's table, you have to do what they say at their table.
Their rules.
Yeah. So, and it restrains you to, you know, to growth. Like InvestFest, we own InvestFest 100%.
Yeah.
We can do what we want. Earn Your Leisure, we can do what we want. You know, we don't have to get we don't have to ask what is it,
Like a board of directors.
a board, can we do this? So that's the problem. When you're getting money from other people, you have to kind of do that. So then I said, you know what? Let's create 2 lanes. Let's create 2 tiers of this. We got the thing for everyday user, Mac Pac version 1.0. We got 2.0 that we're going to put in the schools. But let's do something where we can literally, like, I'm a parent now.
Yes.
Right? And if I wasn't me, how would I feel if I can literally go on a website and it could teach me a curriculum to teach my kids how to do this stuff? So I literally took Mac Pac 2.0, made 3.0 to teach parents homeschooling their kids these skills that I've acquired. And that's the Mac Pac.
That's the Mac Pac, okay. And what's the business engine?
The business engine, see, that's probably where I spend most of my energy.
Yeah.
So I literally, it's a high level coaching program.
Okay.
That you get me or you get someone, you know, one of my friends that have a really high skill in something and they're very successful at what they do, teaching you every single week on how to do, whether it's sales, whether it's systems, marketing, or foundation, business model. And then I'll bring in other people to teach, like if you needed funding or something, maybe I might bring somebody in to teach you how to get the funding for your business. That is a weekly program that I teach you, and you have access to all the classes I've ever done. I've been doing it since March. Since like 20-something weeks I got of classes of teaching you so many different skills. You get to ask me questions. When you come on, I analyze your whole entire business and give you a game plan for your business. And this is just AI. This is me and my team. We put a business plan together for you, and all you do is follow it so you'll become successful. I want 1,000 people before the year end. I charge $10,000 for 12 months, but I'm doing like a crazy discount, 90% off. I'm trying to get like 1,000 people. Okay, that's my goal. So, you know, maybe I can make a code for you and you could do a code.
Absolutely, I'd love to do that. It's a lot of entrepreneurs in here. They'll definitely take advantage of that.
And that's my my main thing I've been pushing right now, like publicly.
Okay, I like
The Mac Pac is more like I have to get the curriculum, certified, and that's what we're in the process of doing now, so we can go heavy with that. But again, when you got to see, I got to get it certified. I do too much. Like, yo, this shit work. I know it work. Just put my hit in it. We got 3 schools. We got like 90 kids. This is very successful. Like I think out of the 90 kids, I think like what 3 of them, 4 of them, like probably did like dropped out of it. Is pretty good.
Yeah, I like that, man. So when there's other players involved, you got to go through all the hoops and steps. Even when your stuff works, it's proven. You got to go through all these different channels. Absolutely, man. And so I saw that you spoke at InvestFest. It was the first time you got on stage to speak at InvestFest. Were you nervous? What was that like?
I was nervous up until I stepped on the stage. And one thing I will say is that high. Like, I wanted to go back on that stage. It was about 4 times out. 4 times out between that event and that was the first panel on the stage. That was like the first panel.
So you started it off.
So yeah. So I wanted to go on. I want to go back on that stage so bad because it was a high that you can't even explain the high. When I was on that stage, I didn't see nothing, couldn't hear nothing. All I was, and the 4 or 5 minutes that I had by myself on that stage was probably the most fulfilled thing I've ever done to this day with Earning Your Leisure.
Yeah.
So it was dope.
So that I get more of it. So like, did you just jump on the stage or did you practice? Some people think you just show up, but some people don't.
No, I definitely. So even in when I being in the mastermind and learning, because I spend money on my education too. Like I know I charge people, but I know I pay for it too, so I know it's worth it. Mm-hmm. So I learned a lot of frameworks, right? And how, like, the greatest thing is, and this is more so I have to kind of change the marketing for my business plans, my businesses like Mac Pac and even things with Earn Your Leisure. Like, if I could teach you a framework on how to design the ideas in your brain to be able to push out into reality, right? So now you only have to, if you follow this framework, like I know, like if you put all your stories here and you put all the results here, and then you put the way it's supposed to look, like the way you want to present it here, like I can put any story there, I could put any result there, and I could put how I want to be seen here. So now it's all about just putting the different things, just plugging them in, plug and playing them, because you created a framework. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So that's what I learned with Marcus on my Rosier. He taught me framework on how to speak. Like, I got this ton of knowledge. Now, what do you do with this knowledge? And he created a framework for me. So when I went on stage, I already studied what I wanted to talk about. There's only 2 things I really wanted to talk about. So one is 5 years and thanking people. But the second one was more important to me, was that last year I said I wanted to be on InvestFest. Last year I said I was going to be on InvestFest. And I made sure that I put the work in to be on InvestFest. So that was, that's the most important thing, is framework. And hopefully, Bam, you're recording this. We need to do more framework. We need to let them know that they're going to have a framework, that when they use this framework with the information they have, they'll be successful.
Absolutely, man. And speaking about success, on this show, the Fly on the Wall show, one of the most important questions I like to ask all of my guests is, what's your definition of success? Now, it varies, where you are in life. Everybody's definition is different. What's Michael's definition?
You're looking at it. I have a beautiful family. Maybe if my mom and my sister was here, they passed away, that would probably be the ultimate success, because they could be here to enjoy it with me. But my mother never witnessed my kids, never witnessed none of. She died when I was 21, and my sister died when my first son was in the stomach. So, but that's probably the only thing. But everything else is like, when I get my 6-pack, that's the ultimate thing. That's
coming soon, man. And diet is everything. I'm telling you right now. It's all in the nutrition, man.
This is a lot easier said than done.
I created a meal plan.
I'd say after that 7,500, I was welcome back. I gotta get back on it.
I think also you should add, how he pretty much hired most of his family. That's important as well. That created opportunities for me, for my other brother, my sister-in-law, for friends, right? And just he's a giver, and he pours into people, like he said. So I think that's important to delve into, like how you create opportunities for everybody else.
Absolutely, man. Let's talk about that, man. How does it feel to hear your brother? Is it you're the older brother, younger brother?
I'm older.
The thing about friends and family, like I said this on another podcast, and it was probably the first time I ever said it like this, but when you hire someone you know, whether it's a family or a friend, it's still a relationship, right? You have a friendship, you have a familyship, whatever. And what you would the business relationship becomes the priority once they become in the business. And everyone on board has to understand that. Like, if we're friends and you work for me, right? Well, I work for you, right? And you mess with my girl or you holler at my girl, we may not be friends, but we're still in business together, right? Do you agree?
I agree.
Now, if we're in business,
I don't know if it's gonna be the same, but we still.
we're still. But we're still because we have a business relationship. Now we might have to spread, possibly, but if the money's coming, we ain't gonna let the money. Now, if I stole from you, we're no longer business partners, nor friends.
Right.
So the business is the priority of the relationship, and what I realize is that when you bring people that are friends or family into the business, the level of growth of that business is going to expose that relationship or whichever it is. Now, it could expose that you have a really strong, good relationship with your friend or family, but it also could expose that this friend was just using, or this family was just using just to get to the next level, right? So it could look a bunch of different ways. So that's the first part about family and friends into business. The second part is if I put my brother to come into Earn Your Leisure to do graphic design, I'm going to ultimately I'm setting him up to fail. Because one, he's coming to do something he don't know, but he also is coming to do something he don't love. He hates the computer, right? But he was working at the post office before he started working with us, and the post office is what we know is logistics. It's basically a logistics company, right? It knows how to organize everything, inventory, and ship it out. Which is, I went in there, I don't understand it. You give me that job, I don't like it. So we had an opportunity where our merch was really growing really fast, and we couldn't keep up with the demand. And I know it's really logistics.
Right.
We're doing the marketing, we're doing the design. We just need someone to be able to organize and take a hold of this business so it can be successful. Because if you do 100 purchases and the 100 purchases don't get out, you get 100 complaints.
Absolutely.
So instead, and his customer service. He was actually the manager of customer service, so he handled customer service. So he had and he speaks well, he writes well, and so he had all those different talents. So we put him in a place where he was the manager. He's a partner with us with merch, but now he understands all those different things were just second nature to him. He's been doing it for 18 years. So he's going to likely succeed in that role. Why do it for somebody else where you could do it for us and make more money and become a partner and make a percentage of what you make? So it made sense. My other brother, same thing. He's an editor. He does everything I do. It made sense to put him into that role because it works out for us. So it's basically putting your family or friend in a position where they can succeed. Give them something they love so that they enjoy doing it and they understand how to do it. Not trying to push them into a role that they're not going to like. That's a framework. It's the framework.
Absolutely not. And so, he mentioned that you pour into a lot of people. How do you pour back into yourself? How do you charge back your battery?
Well, when you pour, that's what I just, I get fulfillment out of helping people. That's pouring back into me. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever did something for somebody and felt good about it?
Absolutely. It's gratitude, man. This is the symbol for gratitude right here.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So just think of it like that. That fulfills you. Going on that stage, that fulfilled me. Whether someone took what I said and see, I got so much more to say now After that, because I thought about it, I watched it 100 times and I thought about it. It's like somebody else is going to be on this stage next year and going to that see me, and what I said resonated with them. They're going to put in the work. Like they heard what I said and they felt it, because when I speak with passion. I don't just speak to talk. Like it comes from, I wear my feelings on my sleeve. So the person that needed to hear what I said when I was on that stage, they felt it, and they're going to work right now, and we'll find out who that person is next year.
Absolutely, man. Where you see yourself in 5 years?
Father, husband, slimmer,
Okay.
muscular.
Hey.
But I don't like to look too far down the road, because what I notice is when you look too far down the road, you get discouraged. I like to take day by day and do like monthly, weekly, and quarterly goals. It's not even yearly goals, because what I notice is when you put it too far ahead, you really discourage yourself from getting to the level of success that you could possibly be.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing really well. I do my unrealistic goals, my goals that are like crazy. Like I started 3 months ago and I want to do 1,000 people in 3 months or whatever. So it's like, I know it's possible, right? Because it could be done. I've seen it done many times over and over again. So that's my thing. So 5 years now, that's too far. I'll be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, too far. But like I said, I'm living my dream life. I'm in my dream life right now. As I grow, like Magic Johnson was talking about, he's been yachting for 32 years. That might be something I want to explore,
Okay.
But I can't dream something I never seen or didn't know. Didn't even know that was a thing, yachting. But that's something I might explore. I do look forward to seeing my kids playing sports and being in the stands and going crazy.
That's something.
I played. I wasn't like
6'10", bro. So I feel like 6'10".
He was the athlete of the family, believe it or not. Yep. If he had my height, he would have been the league. That's what he says. Believe it. I believe it. I mean, everybody can say something.
But you mentioned, dreams and goals, man. I just want to, while we're here, man, I just want to say, thank you for this opportunity. Funny story, I reached out to you, a few times, 2021, 2022. I actually had Earn Your Leisure on my vision board.
Wow.
I had them on my vision board, and,
1/3 complete.
I'm speaking to Earn Your Leisure right now, so if that goal already got hit, so I can always go further, man. But I'm speaking to you right now, man. So I want to say, thank you for the opportunity.
This is the fabric, as they said on stage. I'm the fabric of EY.
Absolutely, man. Talk that talk, man. It's the people always behind the scenes. And one of my mentors, Charlie Rocket, he used to be the cameraman for Soulja Boy. Then he became the manager for 2 Chainz and Young Dog. You know what I'm saying? Charlie on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? But now he's a personal brand, you know what I'm saying? But he was the fabric for a lot of different things. So it's always the people that the least suspect, man. So, I just want to say,
Let's do it.
Thank you for.
Have you interviewed him yet?
I haven't. We talked last week, but I haven't interviewed him yet. So what is it? But he changed my life though, man.
That's dope.
He changed my life.
That's dope. I remember him starting his own brand. He had only a couple thousand followers. So shout out to him. He's been on it. He's doing really well.
He definitely been on it, man. So, but I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I do want to say, thank you for that.
Thank you for inviting me, man. This is dope. Any way I can help, I'm here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, ask, man. Hey, man, I'm a
listen,
firm believer. You ask and shall receive.
You listen. I came here and y'all gave me permission to help. Man. I said, do this.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the advice for sure. So, but yes, sir, man. So everybody, that's another episode of the Fly in the Wall Show. Where can they find you?
Just follow me on Instagram, MichaelJMacDonald at Michael J. Macdonald. Just follow me, and we're gonna be reaching out to you once you follow me.
Make sure you put the J, because there's a singer named Michael Macdonald.
That's why I had to put the J.
Yeah,
that's why I had to put the J. Michael J. Macdonald.
Absolutely personal branding. Peace.